and welcome back to another episode of Next Up Conversations with me, Amara. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about consumerism core. Consumerism core is not a term I created, but it's something that I'm using to describe this new phenomenon of Gen Z and Gen Alphas increasingly buying a lot of stuff, like an excessive amount of stuff that, if we're being very honest, we actually do not need. And that is what we're going to be talking about on today's episode. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Amara, and this is Next Up Conversations, my podcast where I talk about trending news, viral content is happening on social media and in the world at large. If you'd like to make sure that you're following the podcast, ring the notification bell so every time I drop an episode you get a notification. Also, don't forget to share this episode with a friend, because I'm sure there's someone in your circle of friends that's interested in topics like these. And don't forget to give this podcast a 5-star rating, guys. This is a 5-star podcast, so please give me 5 stars. And without too much yapping, let's get straight into the episode. So guys, I won't even lie, this video, this entire topic, this podcast episode was inspired by my sister. If you have been listening to this podcast, you know that I talk about my sister a lot. Every once in a while I reference her in my podcast episodes. Her name is Chinwe. She's 2 years younger than me. So Chinwe is like a prime Gen Z. She's someone I would say she is like the definition of every single characteristics that you might think Gen Zs are. Chinwe embodies it very, very well. I would say I am more of a zillennial, and I think I've said this on the podcast before, but yeah, I find that I do relate to certain things that millennials do. After all, I did look up to millennials, growing up. Millennials were the cool kids, but now it seems they are the boomers. Anyway, Chinwe and I are very different, okay? Chinwe is someone who, when you know that thing about an abundance mentality, right? Chinwe has an abundance mentality. Chinwe has an overabundance mentality. Chinwe is the kind of person that can spend. She's a spender. I am not a spender. If you listen to this podcast, you know I've said it many times that I'm kind of a cheapskate. I'm a penny pincher. I'm someone that is like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And if it doesn't need fixing, there's no need to buy another one. Literally, like the phone I use, not the phone I'm using to record this, but the phone I use, I have had it since 2021. This is 2026, guys. I have fixed that phone multiple times and I refuse to change it. Thank God I recently bought a new one because I felt like it was time to move on. So yes, I am a recovering penny pincher, but still, I will accept that I do have, it can get a bit excessive. I do have that problem, right? Whereas Chinwe is more like free with money. Money comes, money goes. Money will always flow through our lives. And I would say, yes, she does it, but she does it a little bit too much. And I've noticed it's not just her. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of young people right now. A lot of Gen Zs and Gen Alphas. And I have one particular thing to bring, and that is Instagram. So very recently, I entered Chinwe's room and I looked at her closet and I saw like a whole bunch of stuff, and I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that she has. And it's not just the things that she has, it's the things that she consistently gets. Like, she's someone that almost every day, if not every week, a new package is coming in of something, but Chinwe has ordered something online. Chinwe has ordered, and I'm going to confess this on this podcast. I do not do online shopping. I have ordered something online probably twice in my entire life. I'm the kind of person, and I'm outing myself on this podcast, but I don't care. I'm the kind of person that I want to go to the market. I want to see the product I'm buying. And yes, if you're trying to cheat me, I will go online and check for the price online. I'm not an online I'm not an online shopper, because I've heard too many horror stories of people ordering things online. But Chinwe is an online shopper. And yeah, I was looking at her clothes and I saw like 4 perfumes, like a whole bunch of stuff, a lot of creams, lots of like deodorants. Like, she had a whole vanity for her jewelry. My jewelry box is this. My jewelry box is this big, guys. I do not have a lot of jewelry. I have one cream. I have just one cream, and it is Nivea. I have one deodorant, one perfume. Shocker. I know it's a shocker in this day and age for a girl to have one perfume, but I have just one perfume that I use, that is my perfume. And I have 2 body mists that I spray if I want to sleep at night, or if I just want to, feel a little bit fresh, In fact, I'm going to reference something just now. It's only just recently that I started using a body wash. Guys, I bought a body wash, and I'm very proud of myself for doing that, because for most of my life, I have always wanted to be the girl that uses a body wash. I've been using soap. I will confess, I use soap. On a good day, when money is flowing, I used to use Dove soap, because it's hypoallergenic, it's great, it's not too much fragrance, it's not too much on my skin. But if things are bad, I might use maybe Ivory, maybe Eva. No offense to those brands. They're great, they're affordable. But yeah, for the most part, I've been using that, and I have envied girls who use body wash. But now I am a girl who uses a body wash. And I even brought the body wash for this podcast episode because I really want to make a point, guys. This is my body wash. It's not just any body wash, guys. It's not just anyone. It is St. Ives. St. Ives body wash. Anyone that knows me knows that I love St. Ives, guys. I love St. Ives, the body cream. If I had enough money, I would be using St. Ives as my primary body cream, but I'm a Nivea girl. I'm just going to stick to Nivea. It is about self. I used to use PS. I won't even lie. I won't lie on this podcast to you guys. St. Ives, it's lovely, it smells divine, and I am grateful that I am in the time now where I can say I can't afford. When I bought this thing, it's not as if I didn't have money. My body was scratching me. My body was like, Amara, do you know how many Dove soap is in this thing? Do you know how many Dove soap you buy? You can buy like 2 packets of Dove soap, and that thing will last you for like 2 months. But then I was also like, screw it, I have the money, I want to smell good, and it's fine. It's like it's not like I'm buying a mansion, okay? It's St. Ives. So yeah, I can recognize that I do have a spending issue. I'm a penny pincher. I'm a recovering penny pincher. But I feel like lots of Gen Zs, including my sister, and a lot of Gen Alphas, don't realize their overspending issue, their overabundance mentality issue, guys. We're seeing people buy like a whole bunch of stuff they do not need. I don't mean to get into your pockets, but I'm getting into your pockets in this episode. One thing I've noticed that a lot of people are doing is water bottles, okay? People are buying, it's not about hydration. We all know it's not about hydration, okay? If it was about hydration, you would have just been managing your water bottles. You have like 5 water bottles in your cabinet and you're still buying more, okay? You're buying yourself a Stanley cup when you have like 5 water bottles at home. And it's not just water bottles, it's so many things. It's claw clips, it's lip glosses. I don't know why lip glosses are making a comeback, but they are. And everyone has like 100 lip glosses in their bag, and random objects are coming with lip glosses now. Like you're having keychains with lip glosses, phone cases with lip glosses, random things with like jewelry with lip glosses. Why? People are just changing their phone cases, changing their gadgets just like that. And it's not even something that really started today, because if you've been following the evolution, this has been happening for a long time, guys. And before anyone comes to my head, no, I'm not necessarily blaming the people, the sheeple. I am blaming one thing and one thing only. And that is Instagram. See Instagram, you see TikTok, these are very highly visual social media apps. I don't even think we'll call them social media apps at this point. They are marketing apps. And I have the data to back it up. There are currently over 250 million business accounts on Instagram today. 80% of digital marketers say that they use Instagram as a part of their marketing strategy. And Instagram is actually one of the top 3 apps for digital marketing globally. They're constantly feeding you with things to buy. And I'm sure someone will say, oh, I'm different. It's not as if I even have money. So no matter what they feed me, it's not like if I don't have money, I won't buy it. You may be saying that, but unconsciously, you are seeing these items and just putting it out of the back of your mind that you will get it. You think, oh, I won't get it. Trust me, 3 months down the line, you will find yourself carrying a tote bag, even though you hate that tote bag, even though you hate the fact that that shit is just disproportionately putting weight on one side of your shoulder. And it makes you look crazy when you're going outside. It drags your collar to the side, makes you have a little bit of a limp. Still going to find yourself buying that tote bag. Maybe this is getting oddly specific. But yeah, and what's so crazy to me is the fact that there is such a rise of consumerism and the Temu haul of it all in the midst of such lack and poverty in this country. And I know, yes, we are poor people. I understand that all of us are struggling one way or the other financially. If we're not struggling, we're about to struggle. But I will say, we have to recognize that individually, we all have some sort of privilege. Even though you say, oh, it's not privileged to the extent that you might want, there are people in worse conditions than you. That's something that I always keep to mind when I'm buying items. For example, as a woman, I find that a lot of us these days, we are being pressured into buying more than we need. I remember during my mom's era, right? She didn't have all this stuff. Like, for instance, when we talk about hair care for my mom, like growing up, my mom had her own shampoo, she had her own conditioner, she had a couple of combs, hair cream, and that was it. But these days, they're like, oh, you have to get your own hand dryer, you have to get your own hair color, you have to get your own, everything, roller, like those things. You have to have your own wig stand and so many. Before you know it, you have bought a salon. It's not just with hair care, it's with skincare. Oh, you have to get this, I have to, with the makeup. You are not a professional makeup artist. Why do you have all this stuff? Why do you need to have all this stuff? You don't. You barely go out. You go for like 4 weddings in a year. Okay? For being honest, most of the stuff you're buying is to expire. Even though a lot of women refuse to accept the fact that makeup products expire, they expire. So why are we buying all this stuff? I'm hoping this video inspires someone to be a lot more aware and conscious of where their money is going, because I am in that phase too of being like, my money needs to go into things that matter, things that will help me, things that will make work more efficient, into causes that I respect and value. For example, let me use my own issue, not the consumerism core problem, my own penny pinching issue. I am anti-okrika. I am someone that I am against okrika. I am the most probably against okrika person you will ever meet. And don't get me wrong, I've been part of the struggle, okay? When I was in undergrad, my closet was like 50% okrika, if not 70% okrika, if I'm being honest. I used to be an okrika warrior, okay? I find like those okrika clothes, what's the lifespan of those clothes? A couple of weeks and then it starts fading, and then this seam is coming off, and then it now has a problem that renders the clothes useless. Before you know it, now that your fine clothes has become house clothes. Am I lying? So why just fill your closet with a whole bunch of okrika when you can just buy a few, emphasis on the few, quality clothes that will last you a very long time? Maybe I'm speaking because I'm not an undergrad anymore and I actually have a salary that can afford me to buy clothes. But I just feel how we should be thinking. This is the right way to be thinking. On the flip side, if you're someone who is a spender, you don't need that many items. You really don't need that many items to survive. You don't need to have a whole hair salon in your closet. You don't need to have a whole makeup station in your room. You don't need all of that stuff. I hate to say it, but sometimes I just think about how there are so many problems that we have collectively that if we all could individually give what we can, they could be fixed. Like the fact that we don't have shelters for the unhoused. There are so many homeless people just roaming the streets. Can we talk about those people that actually help make our society function, like cleaners and those people that sweep the sides of the streets, street hawkers that help provide meals for us when we're on our commute, security officers? Those people are being paid shit. Is it healthcare for those who are underprivileged? We don't have any free clinics. And yet we have so many, I would say, low quality elites just amassing wealth and displaying the wealth online on Instagram for all of us to aspire to. That really is the problem. That really is my issue with this consumerist core situation. I wish we had better influencers. I wish we had people that were putting their money into things that actually solve the problems. I know you're not the government. I know it's not your work, okay? But if God has blessed you with so much and put you in the position to be able to make a change, then do that. I feel like that's what you're there for. You're not there to just stunt on us. I don't know, guys. That's just my opinion on this whole thing. You let me know your thoughts as always on social media at Amara Next Door, #NextDoorPod. Let me know what you think about consumerist core. If you call it consumerist core, do you think there's a problem with people spending this much? Or do you think that I'm just involved in people's pockets a lot and I need to mind my own business? Let me know your thoughts as always, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.